my things. Our doctor in waiting. Damion, Crawford.
Yeah. Oh, let the power fall on us. Let the power fall on us. Oh, let the power of heaven fall on us. Respect. Comrades, we do have a long time, so I could stop. I was getting tired in the last week of this campaign until I watched the last debate. And it's not only that Marky G go on them bed, go take out him birth certificate. It's not only that. Because I called the police station to report that piece of paper. It's the first I see a piece of paper charged for murder in this country. But after that, I hear the Prime Minister say that is not because you're born in a Jamaica. You're a Jamaican. So before I start, I am going to sing my new anthem until the 4th of September. Woman chi sang chuli chi chang chang. Who she wa? But we need the victory because I prefer the last one. I prefer the original anthem. So I'm asking you on all our behalves, go out there and work for our nationality to return to us once again. I can't bother sing Woman Chi after the 4th of September. Comrades, in this week alone, I went on 3 podcasts. I went on one called Nightly Fix, go fix them business. I went on another one called Let's Be Honest and Be Honest. And I went on the next one called The Truth Is Real. Christopherson go and Let's Be Honest and tell a 1 million lie. The first lie he told was that food insecurity means people can't afford food was worse under the People's National Party. In 2015, food insecurity was 14.6%. In 2024, food insecurity was 55.1%. Over 40 more people could not, out of every 100, afford food. He went on TV, go say that it was worse under the People's National Party. I tell you, it's a Labour Right Lie Like show. And on a regular show, we are talking about Edward Citizen. He goes, and in spite of that, knowing that 55% of our children can't find food, the JLP decided only to give those who are on path food. And not only those who are on path. When you get part lunch, you have to join a special line of apartheid to embarrass the children of the poor, for them to go forth and get rice and 1 piece of chicken food. Listen, if you have a toilet that can flush, you're disqualified from getting school feeding. If you have a TV in your house, you're disqualified from getting school feeding. Well, no more. When we get back power under the People's National Party, we will give $400 a day and every single child that needs it.
Turn up the thing. Turn up the thing.
Hold on.
Turn up the thing.
Hold on. Tough time, tell our next lie. I tell you no, I never know Jamaica would have find a Christopher worse than Columbus. But him tell a next lie. Tufton said that more children were passing maths under JLP than PNP. In 2015, mathematics passes was 14,700 children. In 2025, it was 7,800 children. 7,000 less picnic pass maths under the Jamaica Labour Party. If you give them 5 more years, that's 35,000 less children passing maths under the Jamaica Labour Party. But JLP don't want you to understand maths. Because if you understand maths, you will recognize the craziness of Andrew Holness going around cutting ribbon. He said we need 6,000 houses under his social housing program. Every year in Bill 30. If you do the maths, it would take 200 years for Andrew Holness to build 6,000. Who will be here in 200 years? But they don't want you to learn the maths. Let us talk about Heart Trust. They're talking about the train how much youth under Heart Trust. The certification rate of Heart Trust is 49%. 112,000 youth sign up for Heart, and 60,000 never get a certificate under the Jamaica Labour Party. What we're going to do? The People's National Party is going to build 4 vocational labs in every high school. And we will allow a youth from 10th grade to start doing his heart certification. That means that by the time him graduate, him have a level 4 in heart coming from school. But not only that, while the labs will be used by the children in the days, it will be used by the adults in the night. And we will expand the certification in this country. Everywhere I go, I hear a youth ask a farm work yard. Well, the PNP will be the first to introduce skill work yard because you're going to be a mason, you're going to be a welder, you're going to be a plumber, you're going to be able to go and not only lift up boxes. And then we said to you that by the age of 10 in 4th grade, all our children should be able to read. I don't want you to make them fool you into believing say you don't. Because if you can walk and talk, you can learn. You never born a walk, you learn for walk. You never born a talk, you learn for talk. How on earth labor right one telling us say you're bright at 9 months, but dunce at 19? That cannot happen under the People's National Party. So after we told you the education plan, the housing plan, the land ownership plan, the agriculture plan, labor rights still say PNP not a plan. So me realize that is not the plan that they want to hear. So listen the other plan. You see the man we buy them bus, they will charge 300 million for 1.4 billion. He is going to jail. Hold on. You see the one named Ruel Reed, with thief from Picnic, he is going to jail. If you cannot explain 28 bank account, that is 1 year for every bank account, you are going to jail. So remember, my comrades, to remind them, do not fret about the security, fret about the judge, because one by one, they're going, one by one. Comrades, I might not see you before the celebration conference. So I have one last question. Comrades, what is under my nose?
Oh, we tired that the labor pay. The drive across the bus and the country going down the drain. Yes, we tired that the labor pay. Poverty a bus we shut and we going insane. Why? At the new year for the bus driver. That's all you hear on every corner. In name a ring to walk Jamaica.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look up Market Street in Block, if you look up Union Street in Block, all the way to City Center in Block, PNP River, back to back. But I must introduce to you right now the General for the Yard, Dr. Dayton Campbell.
Jamaica, you ready? Raise the fist and shout the power. Raise the voice and say it louder. Rock your body if you love Jamaica. Rock your body if you really love Jesus. Come red, make we cross over. Come red, make we cross over. My soul, shout out the power. My soul, shout out.
Comrade, chairpersons of the meeting, comrade party leader, in a matter of days, in a matter of hours, we are going to address this gentleman as the most honorable Mark Jefferson Golden, Prime Minister of Jamaica. And I must also pause to acknowledge his lovely wife, the Empress by his side, Lady Golden. Our former leader, Dr. Peter Phillips, respect you, all the comrades on the stage, comrades in the audience, greetings. I said today that I was going to come here and go back to my roots. You don't know me as an old preacher, man. Me no belong in politics. I'm just passing through, you know. I'm on my way to the church to preach the gospel for the Lord. But I want to bring up a little song that me hear my grandmother sing some of the time. I am happy every day as I travel through this land. I've been mighty blessed by God. I'm holding to his hand. My journey's almost over. The battle is nearly won. I have a feeling in my heart the best is yet to come. The journey is almost over. The battle is nearly won. I have a feeling in my heart the best is yet to come. Comrades, are you ready for the People's National Party? Politics is not about serving yourself. I have said before where I come from, very humble beginnings. And I did not make it here by myself. I am here because of the policies and the programs of the People's National Party. And so when I come forward, I come to keep that door open so others can walk through and get a similar opportunity to become somebody in life. When I was growing up, and even now them still do it same way. Every day them cuss me and say all manner of things. As this world looks upon me, as I travel along, they say I am nothing, but they are so wrong. In my heart, I'm rejoicing. I wish they could see. I thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. It don't matter where I go, I not turn my back on the church and what it did for me, because the church rescued me and put me on a path so I could become somebody. And that is why the PNP is going to put $1 billion in a faith-based fund so that the church can rescue other young people in this country. We are not believing in superstitions. We are not believing in Isla this and Isla that. This is a party that believes in God Almighty, and we are returning dignity and spirituality to Jamaica, land we love. In scripture, it tells a story of the good Samaritan. They were traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho. And the man that was traveling was beaten, stripped of some of his clothes, and left on the road to die. The Levite came along and go on about him business. The priest came along and go on about him business. The good Samaritan came along, and he realized that the Levite and the priest were afraid. They were afraid that if they stopped to help him, that somebody would have come ambush them and beat them up too. But the good Samaritan reversed the question. He did not ask what would happen to me if I stopped to help this man. He said, what would happen to this man if I don't stop to help him? The good Samaritan is what we are about. And so, hold on. And so, when I hear them trying to criticize our leader based on the circumstances of birth, I say, hold on 1 second. Mark Golding not determine how him born and the circumstances where him born in. But what he did is that when he saw what was going on in Jamaica, him never cut him eye and go up a hilltop and live with him barriers around him yard. Him turn and say, what will happen to Jamaica if I don't stop to help Jamaica and serve Jamaica? The good Samaritan. I want every comrade hearing me here, online, on television, wherever you are. You can't sell your vote for $5,000 or $10,000 when 700,000 are going to get the title for the piece of land where you live on and release over $1 trillion of ownership to the people of this country. Every single comrade that is listening to me, no time to sleep. We are going to sleep Thursday night from Yasso until Wednesday evening when poll close. Every movement in your PD, you You must know who in there, what them are doing there, what them come out. Be vigilant in your communities. Inducement. People giving people something in exchange for their vote is a crime according to ROPA, the Representation of the People's Act. The PNP give your cell phone, follow back at them and video them when they come in at the constituency. Get the evidence, catch them red-handed, because this must be a free and fair election. When I hear the Prime Minister say, if you're born here, that don't make you Jamaican. I understand why him left the students, them are Ukraine. I understand why him left the workers, them on the ship. I understand why him did have state of emergency and lock up poor people pitney. I understand why Mark Golden had to take him to court so that he can stop lock up poor people pitney in St. James without charge and without bail. So comrades, we are ready. All systems go. We've been leading in the polls for over 2 years. We're going to seal the deal on Wednesday. Make welcome our next Prime Minister, the President of the People's National Party, Mark Jefferson Golden.
May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O God, my strength and my Redeemer. I want to acknowledge former party leader Peter David Phillips, the architect of Jamaica's economic stability, who I enjoyed working closely with to ensure that future generations would benefit from a lower public debt, more fiscal space, and more opportunities for the people of Jamaica to build a brighter tomorrow. I want to acknowledge all of my other colleagues on the platform. When I became leader of this party in November 2020, we had a lot of work to do. We had to unite the party. We had to rebuild the organization. We had to develop the message that the people could relate to and that would resonate with them. And I want to thank each and every one on the team who has helped me on this journey, because we are marching on to progress. And come Wednesday, we will be marching on to victory. And most of all, I want to thank you, the comrades and supporters, the workers and warriors of this great movement, the People's National Party, who have come in your many, many tens of thousands to Sam Sharp Square tonight to send a signal that we are ready for change and that time come for a better life. To all my fellow Jamaicans, I pledge to you
that the government that I will lead will be one that is accountable to the people, that listens to the people, that is transparent in how we operate, and that ensures that the resources of the people are used solely for the benefit and upliftment of the people, not for friend and company, not for personal enrichment. No more hanky-panky. Time come for integrity in public life in Jamaica, and the People's National Party is committing to you tonight that we will deliver that integrity. The context in which this election is being held is important. Although the fiscal reforms engineered under the administration of Portia Simpson Miller, managed by Peter David Phillips, have achieved 13 and a half years of sustained debt reduction, stabilizing our macroeconomy, to the point where the fiscal commissioner this week gone has in writing confirmed that the debt to GDP ratio target of 60% of GDP will at last be achieved by the end of this fiscal year. It is a new era that Jamaica is embarking on. But the context in which we are embarking on it is a decade of almost no growth, where 55% of the Jamaican people are suffering from food insecurity, as measured by the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, where foreign direct investment has fallen by 80% over the last decade under the government of the Jamaica Labour Party, and where the productivity of our workforce has declined by some 21% since 2007. This is why our policies and programs have been designed to address these fundamental challenges facing the people. That is why we are going to ensure that children who need it when they go to school, they will get the hot, nutritious meal that they need. That is why we're going to ensure that parents who struggle to send their children to school, especially in rural Jamaica, because the cost of rural transportation is so high, they will get a subsidy, $400. They will get a subsidy, $10,000 for the month, for each child in the family, to help cover the cost of going to school. It is why we're going to support our students at university. First of all, with the First in Family Scholarship Program, because I've seen where the children do everything that they're supposed to do, study them book, keep out of bad company, pass their exams, but then they can't go any further because they can't manage the financial aspect. And we say, if you're the first in your family to qualify for university or college, the People's National Party will give you a full scholarship, and we expect you to uplift your brothers and sisters when you pass through the gate and benefit from that scholarship. And for our students, you don't have to worry about borrowing from the Student Loan Bureau under the People's National Party. First of all, we will cap your monthly payment at a manageable portion of your actual income so that you will be able to live comfortably while you service that debt. Secondly, if you find yourself out of a job for whatever reason, we will suspend the obligation to pay. It will not mash up your credit. Those payments will go on the back end of your loan. And when you get yourself back on your feet again, and you come back again, your credit will be decent. You can still try and buy the house. You can still try and buy the car. It is why we have a very progressive policy of support for our farmers, taking some of the tax that is on the food imports, which have doubled under this government, from 800 million US to 1.6 billion US a year, taking some of those taxes and putting them in a fund dedicated to support the farmers of Jamaica so they can produce more food, so they can get the things they need, the inputs to prepare the land, the storage facilities, better farm roads, and all of the other aspects of farming that are required, because we need to produce, we need to grow our food, eat what we grow what we eat, and feed those countries around us that are not as blessed as we are when it comes to agriculture. And it is why when we see all of the people living on land, public land, living on it for years, build them house, but they don't have no title, and the colonial law that says they can't get a title unless they live there undisturbed for 60 years is such a wickedness. We're going to reduce it to 25 years. We're going to get them their title. And when we run the maths, we see that we will be transferring over $1 trillion of ownership value to the people of Jamaica in the biggest transfer of ownership in the history of this land. There are so many things we want to do. We want to help our workers. We want to ensure that the contract work abuse that goes on in various sectors of the economy, having our workers on a string like a yo-yo, denying them the rights that they should have as full-time employees. We're going to put a stop to that abuse. I want to thank the hotel workers I was reasoning with a few weeks ago here in Montego Bay, who said to me, Marky G, the tax and the tips and the gratuity, it have we away. We need more money in our pocket. We work hard, but we can't make ends meet. I beg you, deal with that for me. I'm going to deal it for you, because my sister, you need it. We're going to deal with it for them. We won't be taxing the tips and the gratuity. And the security guards and the police and the firemen and any worker who earns overtime pay in this country, if your earnings are under 6 million a year, you will not be taxed on your overtime, because we know you need that little break to make your life that much easier, that much more bearable, that much nicer. And when they see the struggles that families are going through, reflected in the food insecurity, because they're talking about poverty rate and they're talking about unemployment rate. But if those rates don't mean anything because people hungry and people not eating properly, that means something must be done. And that is why we're going to increase the income tax threshold to $3.5 million a year. You will pay zero tax on the first $3.5 million of your income. It is going to mean a significant benefit for many people who are struggling now. And for those who earn more, they will get the benefit up to 3.5. So there's something in it for them as well. And comrades, we're going to govern the country with a seriousness of intent to restore dignity and integrity and confidence and trust in the leadership of the country by the people who elect and put us there. We'll be introducing the impeachment legislation. So we will put an end to a situation where an MP can be caught on a video with a big stool in a car park, beating a woman bad, and nothing don't come out of it at all. And he's running to be a candidate for the JLP again in this election. They don't respect the women of this country. We'll be introducing the unexplained wealth orders for all of those people who get rich out of public life because they're not serving the people, they're serving themselves. They will have to account to the law for their wrongdoings. And we will ensure that every member of the government has their statutory declarations published by the Integrity Commission. We will amend the law to achieve that, so we have greater levels of transparency. Right now, it's just the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition who are required to do that. But his can't be published because his are not yet certified. Because for him thing not straight, him in a problem with the Integrity Commission, and him now been referred to the FID, the Financial Investigations Division, and him come in a debate and tell pure lie. But the people of Jamaica Jamaica, them no fool, them know the truth. So comrades and friends, as we approach the 3rd of September, we're also approaching the new school year. And I want to take this opportunity to say to all of our parents, all of our students, all of our teachers, everybody involved in the education system, I wish you all the very best as you start the new school year. May God bless you and keep you safe in your transportation arrangements. May the children get to school safely and come home safely. And make the school year be a success for you all. Comrades, it is with great humility and a great sense of purpose that I put myself forward to become the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. I dedicate myself to serving the people of Jamaica, all of the people of Jamaica, and in particular, those who need the help of a caring government, a People's National Party government that knows about the struggles of the people and that has established itself from 1938 for upliftment of the people. I commit myself to continue that mission and to help move Jamaica from stagnation, from hopelessness, move on to a better quality of life for us all, higher levels of economic growth, and Jamaica will be moving up with the PNP to a better place. Comrades, on Wednesday, I ask you, all undecided voters, even Labourites, put your X beside the head and return Jamaica to decency. Return Jamaica to being a country that the whole of the world can look on and say, that is a little Caribbean pearl. We raid them. Comrades, God bless you all. The word is love. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people.